Okay. Approximately 20% of adopted animals have returned to the shelter. 74% of those returned are returned for no fault of their own. Does this mean that about 14.8% of the adopted animals are returned with no fault of their own? This question is asking if it's possible, which is how we're trying to find if this could be true or false. And to do that, we start breaking it down. So, approximately 20% of adopted animals are returned to the shelter. The largest group of what we want to take the 20% off of is the animals, the adopted animals, but I'm just going to shorten it to animals. So what about them? 20% of them are returned to the shelter. So 20% of them are returned. And here we have a chain length. Next question. 74% of those returned are returned with no fault of their own. So the question now is, are we going to take this 74% from the animals, or is this part of the percent that's the ones that are from returned? So it says 74% of those are returned with no fault of their own. So animals have been returned, and that 74% of the 20 that has been returned are no fault of their own. So the question is this 14.8% of adopted animals are returned with no fault of their own about that much? The question is sorry about that. The question is this even possible? Well, through looking at my daisy chain, it is possible. So this is a true statement. If it's flowing and connecting like that, that's how you can tell that it's true. And if it's broken to pieces, which we'll later come to that, that's how we can find out if it's false, if it's not even possible. So the next question, 78% of the students at a local college gets financial assistance. 60% of the students have part-time jobs. Does this mean that 46.8% of all students at the college work part-time and receive financial assistance? Okay, so this is a lot of information we're given, so we'll just take it sentence by sentence. 78% of the students at a local college gets financial aid. Okay. The group, is it the college? Is it financial? Well, students you find at a college, and a lot of times they have to have assistance. So students make up our group. Okay, now what about the students? 60% of the students have a part-time job. Hold on a second. Let me backtrack just a little bit. We're not done with this first one. I want to jump ahead. 78% of the students what? Well, they get financial aid. That's what my point was. Totally forgot about it. I apologize. Darn it. I'm a terrible speller. Okay, so next question now. 60% of the students have a part-time job. Well, Okay, well, that's great news, but it just kind of threw out there that some of these students have part-time jobs, but it doesn't say that 60% of those with financial assistance have part-time jobs as well, which would make it work, but that's not what it's saying. It says 60% of students have part-time job, period. So we're going to take the 60% off of students. I'm just going to briefly say part-time over there. Okay. Is it true that 46.8% of all students at the college work part-time and receive financial assistance? No, that is not what I've gotten drawn out here. That is not what that sentence above says. All it tells me is that out of these groups of students, 78% have financial assistance, another 60 has a part-time job. So this statement is false.